thank you for joining me on today's video. And today I'm going to be talking to you about stress and how stress affects both you mentally and internally and the effects that it has on your body. I'm Hayley Austin. I'm an NLP life transformation coach, author, tutor and educator. So, understanding stress. This presentation is to help educate you about stress and what it does on your body, how to recognize stress and what actions to take next. So what is stress? Stress is the body's reaction to any change that requires an adjustment or response. The body reacts to these changes with both physical, mental and emotional responses. Stress is a normal part of life. You can experience stress from your environment, your body and your thoughts. What can trigger stress? So these, what you can see now, are the top triggers of stress. The death of a loved one, moving house, divorce, getting married, loss of a job, emotional problems, mental health, chronic illness or injury, and an increase in financial responsibility. So what does stress do to your body? Stress hormones affect your respiratory and cardiovascular systems. During the stress response, you breathe faster in an effort to quickly distribute oxygen-rich blood to your body. Stress hormones cause your blood vessels to constrict and divert more oxygen to your muscles, so you'll have more strength to take action. Now, the reason why I have those cavemen at the bottom there is because although we've evolved as human beings, our stress response remains the same. So when all of that oxygen-rich blood is quickly distributed to the body and your blood vessels to constrict and divert more oxygen to your muscles takes place, that's because we need all of that adrenaline to be pumped straight to our limbs and our arms so that we can either run away or we can fight off our enemies. So that response to stress remains exactly the same. So that's what's going on in your body when you're feeling stressed. The 3 stages of stress. So perhaps you will recognize some of these. Stage 1 is alarm, which is where you're feeling stressed and wired. And this is when your levels of cortisol becomes elevated, as well as DHEA. Now, your cortisol and your hormones are all produced by your adrenal glands, which are they are located just above your kidneys, and they secrete over 50 hormones, cortisol and DHA being the ones that are used during stress. Now, this is a temporary reaction when these levels are increased, and they will stop when the stressful situation has passed. Now, cortisol is responsible to calm you back down, and it can be recognized as a panic attack. Now, when I speak to people about stress, quite often they have experienced a panic attack. This is one of the first signs of stress. Stress and wired symptoms include the following. Perhaps you're feeling really low. You have low self-esteem. You're anxious, irritable, nervous and very short-tempered. Perhaps you're suffering from headaches and migraines. Stage 2, resistance. We call that wired and tired. So stage 2, your cortisol remains elevated whilst your DHEA decreases to below normal. Symptoms at this stage include weight gain, loss, increased smoking, alcohol, you're surviving, you're not thriving anymore, high blood pressure, and your addictions, which is why you will have that weight gain, you turn more to alcohol, smoking, because as humans, we move towards pleasure and away from pain. You may experience increased hyper and wired, but you're feeling very tired at the same time, and increased sex drive and sleep problems. Stage 3, this is the final stage of stress, and this is exhaustion, stressed and tired, also known as burnout. Stage 3 is complete exhaustion. Your output of cortisol and DHEA is below normal. You're stressed, you're tired, you're burnt out, you cannot cope with any situation. You have feelings of giving up. And if you have any skin conditions such as psoriasis or eczema, they will be shown to you at the moment. They'll be quite high. Your blood pressure will be low at this point. You'll have a low libido. You certainly won't be interested in any sexy time. And at this point, it's time to sign off work. And quite often you will go and visit a doctor. They will sign you off for at least 2 months and they will medicate you at this stage. So what is DHEA and cortisol? DHEA is a hormone, again, which is produced by your body's adrenal glands that I explained earlier, that are just located just above your kidney. And its function is a male and female sex hormone, which includes your testosterone and your estrogen. Cortisol is a steroid hormone and it regulates a wide range of processes throughout the body, including metabolism and the immune response. It also has a very important role in helping the body respond to stress. It also regulates your blood pressure as well. So, tips on how to manage stress. Quite often we become overwhelmed when we have big tasks to do, whether they are tasks from work or tasks to do with family or being self-employed. And quite often when we feel overwhelmed, those tasks are difficult to start. So try breaking them down into easier chunks. So we call that chunking down, and give yourself credit for completing them. Allow yourself some positivity. Take time to think about the good things in your life. Practice gratitude. And each day consider what went well and try to list 3 things that you're thankful or grateful for. Now with my clients, I do offer them all a journal so that they can journal their things daily and make sure that they do write things that they're grateful, thankful for, and any wins that they've had for the day, no matter how small. So challenge on helpful thoughts. The way we think affects the way we feel. And you know what? If we feel rubbish, we're not going to be very productive for the day. So I'll teach you how to reframe your way of thinking. Be more active. One of the first things I actually advise my clients is to take up an activity, go and do some exercise, because that then will help stimulate and produce your happy hormones. So, have some more of that oxytocin and serotonin going on around your body because it makes you feel happy. So become more active. It won't make your stress disappear, but it can make it less intense and more manageable. Talk to someone, your trusted friends, families or colleagues, or even contact a life coach such as myself that specialises in mental health, in stress. This can help us massively when we're struggling. Plan ahead. So planning out any upcoming stressful days or events, do a to-do list and note down the journey you need to do, things and what you need to take, and just sort of prioritize that list. It can really help you, especially if you're stressed and you're anxious, because when you're anxious you're often thinking about the future. So this helps you control your situation as well. So how do I measure my stress levels? What do I do? Well, I'm offering free calls at the moment, and I have access to what we call a DAS form, which measures your current stress, anxiety and depression levels, which I go through with you via your consultation. We then look at which level of stress you're currently at, and then we look at finding a way forwards. So what's next? After our free consultation, you'll decide if you want to work with me and if we are a good fit. And my main objective is to help you pinpoint your triggers, locate areas in your life where change is needed, to teach you techniques to manage stress and anxiety, and that involves breathing techniques. And those breathing techniques are absolutely essential to you and your well-being. A panic attack cannot get through the breathing techniques that I teach you. How to change your mindset and banish any limiting beliefs that you put upon yourself. Perhaps you don't believe that you can go and look for a new job because you've been in that job for years and you don't believe that you can learn new skill sets. So we banish those what we call limiting beliefs. Set meaningful goals by planning a way forwards. Having a life plan and being clear of a sense of direction with clarity and passion. You will have my full support to help you manage your life. You will have a clear way forwards and a full mental health makeover by changing the way that you think, feel and behave, and to educate you around mental health and how to manage it. So book in your free consultation today. You can do that there's a link just there on my presentation and I'll put the link in below, or you can book it through my website, which is haleyaustencoaching.com. So I'd like to thank you for joining me on this video today. If you have any questions at all, please do contact me and I'll be only too pleased to help. I look forward to seeing you soon and supporting you on your journey.